Park MGM Las Vegas. I'm really excited to be back here, finally. In this video, I'm doing my $1,000 Las Vegas challenge. If you saw my Paris video, you already know the rules. Basically, I need to choose one Las Vegas hotel for 3 nights. I can't bring any food or drinks from home. I have to go to at least 1, if not 2 awesome spots for dinner. And I have to pay the going rate for the hotel room. Comps don't count. That's way too easy. All right, Park MGM, let's dive right into this video. This is what they call the Park King, and this has to be the ugliest remodel in existence. If this room was 10, 20 years old, I think it'd be sufficient in terms of its style. This has recently been remodeled over the past couple of years. This thing has been beaten by the ugly stick more than a handful of times. This thing is half college dorm room and half hunting cabin. I'm not sure when browns and exposed wiring were ever in vogue, but Park MGM likes to think that this is stylish. I will say, in the spirit of fairness, the bed is extremely comfortable and I do get a warm and welcoming vibe from the room. So this room was $520 for 3 nights. And I think that's actually a very expensive rate, even for a weekend in the winter. So I'm gonna have to somehow have the best time ever over the next 3 nights with a budget of $480. I'm not gonna think about my budget tonight though. My first night, I like to go big, budget be gone. Tonight's gonna be no exception. I'm gonna start at one of the top steakhouses in Las Vegas, the Chicago legend. I'm headed down to Bavette's. All right, I need to slow my roll a little bit. If I decide to be the typical James who neglects his budget, then you'll be watching me from Laughlin for the next 2 nights. Plus, I don't need to go super huge anyways. Just going to Bavette's is great. It's a top steakhouse in Las Vegas and regarded as the best in Chicago. What makes it really unique is that it's a French-inspired Chicago steakhouse. The German Pilsner was ultra crisp, but for me, overly floral. The Belgian wit beer was citrus and sweet. It captured my heart instantly, both with its amazing taste and striking appearance. The baked goat cheese was an automatic. Normally, I ignore the bread on this dish like celebrities ignore paying taxes, but I actually ate more than half of it and I took the rest back with me. A move that is shameful, yet shrewd. This dish is exactly what Netflix will be soon, and that is a $30 disappointment. And no steak tonight for obvious reasons, so I ordered the burger. The knife sticking into it is very symbolic. Here's why. So we have problems, we have major problems. It all begins with Bavette's from last night, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. This is sacrilege even to myself. I don't think Bavette's is a top 10 steakhouse anymore. It was dull, it was boring, it was predictable, the service was average, the menu never changes. I'm the biggest fan of Bavette's in the world. I've been going to their location in Chicago for well over a decade. I'm gonna go back for one more dinner sometime in the future, but if I do have another meal and experience like I had last night, I am definitely dropping it out of my top 10. Last night after dinner, I walked back to my room and I picked up a water. It was just to tide me over until today. That was $7. And then this morning I woke up and I did something I haven't done in months, and that is go to Starbucks. I haven't been to a Las Vegas Starbucks in over a year. I picked up this venti skinny vanilla latte. This was $7, and it will be interesting to see where this habit goes. After that, I walked over to CVS. It is just steps away from Park MGM. It's so close and convenient. I bought 4 Fijis and a box of snack bars. That should get me through the rest of this trip. That was $30. And after all of that, I took a look at my budget and we have a major problem. I only have approximately $300 left to spend over the next 2 days and next 2 nights. I have no idea how I'm gonna make this challenge work, and it's not gonna get any easier because right now I'm headed down to one of my favorite spots to eat at in all of Las Vegas. I'm headed down to Eataly. In Las Vegas, as in life, things don't always go as planned. For these budget challenges, my goal is to find a daily activity that is fun yet extremely inexpensive. My intention was to dedicate a large portion of the afternoon to exploring Eataly, which is the largest Italian marketplace with restaurants in the world. It's also the most famous culinary attraction at Park MGM, so I thought meandering around it for a few hours was the perfect afternoon idea. I was wrong. So wrong. Firstly, I'm on a budget for this trip, which means I'm not able to sample 99% of the foods I see, which for me is torturous and the exact reason I can't watch the Food Network. I hate window shopping. Being able to select, touch, buy, taste, and discuss the products, for me that's the entire experience. And because that wasn't possible, even gingerly walking through Eataly took only 20 minutes. The most upscale daytime dining option at Eataly is Cafe Milano. It separates itself from the rest of the Eataly pack with its cool island layout, distinguished Italian style, and prime location. Today I just had a straightforward lunch. I had a nitro espresso martini that gave me a buzz that probably wasn't even legal. And then I had a pizza that was beautiful looking, but it was one of the worst pizzas I've ever had in my entire life. I've had better pizzas in Mexico. Tomorrow is going to be my biggest and best day. I definitely want to get down to Best Friend. Everyone's talking about it, and I've never been before, and I'm really excited to check it out. Tonight is still going to be a really fun night. Right now I'm headed down to one of the coolest places and best places for mixology in the entire city. I'm headed down to the really awesome Nomad Bar. Anytime I leave my room at Park MGM, I start smiling. I have to, because if I don't focus on being happy, these hallways would make me instantly depressed. I know Park MGM is supposed to emit a European feel, but for the hallways, why did they choose Albania? Because my afternoon didn't go as planned, before dinner I wanted to take a stroll around the property to get a feel for the vibe and also see what I was missing out on because of my limited budget. By the way, Park MGM has one of my favorite casinos in Las Vegas. It's vibrant, compact, intuitive, comfortable, making it ideal for both people passing through and hunkering down. Also, the weekend crowd gives this hotel the perfect jolt of energy. It's busy, but it never feels overcrowded. Juniper has Vegas's largest selection of gin. It's perfectly located in the middle of the casino floor and has some brilliant specialty cocktails. Mama Rabbit is a few steps down from there, and it has the largest selection of agave spirits, tequila and mezcal, in Las Vegas. It offers them in a setting with some wild style. The Lady Gaga store was so mesmerizing that I actually stopped and admired it. I can't remember the last store where I've done something like that. And on my way to the Nomad part of the hotel for dinner, I checked out the library, which was closed the last time I stayed here. The restaurant's ambiance was so dark, cool, and classy that I would have hung out there even if there wasn't any food. But there most certainly was, and one option was the $100 chicken, one of my favorites, which made me regret my Bavette's dinner even more. Across the hallway is Nomad Bar, and compared to the library, it's just like a decade younger family member. It has most of the DNA, but it's less refined and noticeably behind in life. Up until now, I considered Nomad Bar to be one of the best Las Vegas gems for elite cocktails. But after tonight, that's not necessarily accurate. So I had a life-changing moment last night. My life will never be the same. I just had the greatest burger that I've ever tasted in Las Vegas. It's not even close. It's by far the best. The thing moved me. It was a religious experience. My life is changed, and I can promise you that for the rest of my existence on this planet, I will never ever forget the burger at Nomad Bar. I'm not the biggest breakfast person. Skipping it is a great idea for your budget and your waistline, especially in Las Vegas, where the calories seem to skyrocket faster than our current inflation rate. But there are some mandatory breakfast places in Vegas that you are required to go to when you're staying at certain hotels, and Primrose is one of them. I'll double down and say out of all the restaurants at Park MGM, Primrose is the must visit. And that's not because Primrose is the most luxurious or divine place to eat at Park MGM, but what makes Primrose special is the atmosphere and the experience. It reminds me of a modern, fresher, more vibrant Mon Ami Gabi at Paris, one of the most elite breakfast and brunch spots in Sin City. The Primrose concept, style, and experience perfectly showcases the theme Park MGM was aiming for throughout the entire hotel. Its bright, warm, classy, and effervescent vibe radiates throughout the entire place, and the European theme is fused with modern design, and it all culminates into a naturally comfortable, enjoyable, and amazing breakfast or brunch experience. Steak and eggs and a gigantic latte. Does it get any better than that for a Las Vegas brunch? I think not. So this afternoon I did absolutely nothing except go down to Starbucks again. This habit is quickly spiraling out of control. Also, I didn't want to do much because I wanted to save up for tonight. I've been so excited to finally get to this place. Everybody has been imploring me to go. I'm finally off to the one, the only, Best Friend. Best Friend was cool to the core. I talk about Expat being cool, Hakkasan being cool, and although they are cool from an aesthetic standpoint, an ambiance standpoint, but Best Friend is cool naturally. It's a little bit of Las Vegas, a little bit of LA, a little bit of Speakeasy, and a little bit of IDGAF. I got there at 5 p.m. The place was absolutely mobbed. It was chaos. It was standing room only. And at that point, I realized how very popular this restaurant was. I made my way to the back. That's kind of where the traditional dining is. Even though there's nothing traditional about this place, I mean, the waiters are in tracksuits. I sampled my way around the menu, and the best thing by far was their signature dish. This thing is all over national TV. The hype behind that uni dynamite rice is absolutely real. Next time I go back, I'm ordering 3. Online, the place is listed as casual and inexpensive, and although it is really fun and approachable, it definitely isn't cheap. Just a few plates and a drink put me at $130. I'm within 1% of my goal, and plus I didn't have much to work with in the beginning. I will absolutely be back to Park MGM for part 2. I can't wait to explore more of this property. Let me know if you like it when I kind of have a budget and a challenge and I have to work within some construct, or do you like it when I throw the budget out the window and set my money on fire?